she has a knee piece in the shape of red hearts on each of her knees with white shoes. A red and silver headpiece in the shape of a heart, and a breast headpiece and a breastplate which also has a red heart in the middle of it. Silver.
Let's get ready to welcome the next individual. Lonique
We
Matthias,
should be having,
portraying Magnificent Masker.
yes, for our,
This is the age 5 to 9 category.
yes, in the age 5 to 9, Rico Small, the masquerader Rico Small, portrayal Magnificent Masker.
Magnificent Masker.
Portraying Mag age 10 to 15,
with a
Tariq
gold
Hamlet, portraying
breastplate.
Fanfara.
And in
Portraying
breastplate.
Fanfara.
And in our 10 to 15, we have on stage Tariq Hamlet with the portrayal Fanfara. So Tariq is in a green waistcoat with
Yellow
loose
pants.
fitting yellow pants,
Yes.
and a top hat, a green top hat.
He wants to look like someone from the circus.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what he's
That's
dressed
just
in.
how I've seen him, and he has a fan on the back on his back.
Yes, he has it with some musical notes. The back piece has some musical notes at the top of it.
Yes.
With on a white staff, for our musicians out there will understand exactly.
Wearing
what
two
we're from.
gold hand pieces.
Yes, he has two gold small hand pieces. The back piece also
you,
has
Tariq
what we
Hamlet,
call the
portraying
Adidas stripes in
Fanfara.
gold on a orange
We now welcome on
background
stage the first
with some
section
gold.
for
We call the
portraying
Adidas stripes in
Fanfara.
gold on a orange
We now welcome on
background
stage the first
with some
section
gold
for this
trim.
afternoon for Melbourne artisans. Fanfare.
Now we have the section. First section, jumpers. Back in my time, it was not that way. Everybody jump on one spot now,
Correct.
and the girls stand in one place and just gallivant. Which back in the day, you would see the girls dance all around the stage and display the costumes. Maybe the parents need to, give a little instruction.
A little instruction.
Yes.
Correct. You know that we know that a lot of them are young masqueraders.
Yes,
This
some
might
of them
be
may not have played before, so they don't know
This is
what to
their first
do.
time playing
Yes,
mass.
so instructions would help this a little. You know, even
Correct.
the leader of the section, the adult, if they whisper in their ear and say, when you get on stage, spread out, play a mass.
They are mass. We now welcome the second section for Melbourne artisans
For the love of mass.
with their presentation 50. And we like to make special mention to the Melbourne artisans. This year they're being honored by the CDC, celebrating 55 years for their contribution in Vincent. So we give props and kudos to the Melbourne artisans, celebrating their 55 years in
Yes,
bringing
these-
mass to St. Vincent and the
These
Grenadines.
masqueraders are looking just like their section leader. They're very vibrant though, hands in the air.
Correct.
Just the clusters we were just talking about.
Yes.
And there's a little one in the middle. Do you see her?
I do.
She's wearing a ballerina skirt.
So yeah, and I like also that she has a standard in her hand that
Yes,
looks like
different. She's
which is different.
Ooh, she's you see that? She's spinning around.
Correct.
She's having her own time.
The older girls, I think the difference with their back piece is that there's a split in the middle.
Yes.
As
And
opposed to
more
the
like a
section
fairy.
leader.
Definitely in
She's a
celebratory
fairy.
mood.
There's another
Their
one.
portrayal
Yes.
of
The
their
little ones,
presentation,
So
2020
like
dressed a
fairy
little.
cupids and
50
big
years
fairy
of
cupids.
masquerade
Correct.
excellence.
Just a little.
Let's get ready
And
to
I
welcome
liked
the
with
next
their
section,
back
the final
piece that the
section
movement,
for Melbourne
the split in the
artisans.
middle of the back
Maskers.
piece as the
This
children
section
were
is a
dancing, there
non-competitive
was
section.
movement and
Yes.
you
They
could
are
see
not
it
being
movement
judged
in
this
in the
afternoon.
costume.
Yes.
Yes, and we know that the judges would be really appreciative of seeing that movement in the costume.
Yes. Yeah.
We now have the
Maskers. The third section.
Yeah.
Competitive.
yeah. So this section is not being judged this afternoon, which for me is a slight shame because it's a really pretty section. It's a really pretty
It
section.
just reminds me of Julia.
Yeah, it's a really pretty section. The backpack is in, as we said earlier, it's in the shape of a mask that has two eyes on it, and there is some gold trimming which is wrapped around the eyes, helping to bring out that illusion of being a mask. I think that's where they got the name of this section from.
Yes.
Because we're seeing a mask more in the back piece
Yes.
than the
On their head.
yes.
The boys are wearing a tassel that looks kind of like Peter Pan.
Yes, Peter Pan. Peter Pan is
Thank you,
very
Maskers.
enough.
That was the final section
They're
from
on
Melbourne
stage. They
Artisans.
also had on
Before that,
green
we had For the
bodysuits.
Love of Mass.
Yes, so
and
that
before
was
that,
the
Fanfare.
Melbourne
3
Artisans
sections.
with
Band
their
leader is
presentation
Junior Constance
50.
and the presentation
Band lead
Nations.
with
Band
their
leader is
presentation
Junior Constance
50.
and the presentation
Band
is
leader
50.
Junior Constance.
And should you know that's my uncle?
Ooh. Small St. Vincent, Small St. Vincent.
Yes.
And again, we give kudos to Melbourne Artisans celebrating 55 years. Band leader
50.
Junior Constance.
Branch on Saturday, July 19th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 247 New York Avenue, entrance in St. John's Place, Brooklyn, New York. Donation $20. Main course, saltfish, smoked herring, fried sprat, one choice. Sides, green banana, coconut dumpling, sweet potato, bakes or doughboy, 4 choices, plus cockatoo. Others, bowl of cowfoot sauce, $10. Blackfish and breadfruit, $10. Pillars, bowl of cowfoot sauce, $10. Blackfish and breadfruit, $10. Pilau, $10. Slice of potato pudding, hey, $4. Pre-order by 12 noon Friday, July 18th. For more information or to place your order, contact Patricia 347-243-4609, Elliot 347-285-6806, Jerry 347-210-1136.
But we really don't want to give the parents, having to go and rub down the children and
Go and buy medication.
provide medication. Come on, we want our doctors to rest.
Buy medication.
Provide medication. Come on, we want our doctors to rest and enjoy carnival as well. Doctor. Really, and as we say that, it's easing up, so that we have a smooth flow this afternoon.
Small.
Smooth flow this afternoon. Smooth flow, and then after you could go on the road and enjoy the mass on the road, because I always say
Alright,
that I
now
think
it's
the
just
mass on the
a little
road looks
sprinkle.
different.
Let's continue
And
with
we
the festivities
have
here at Victoria Park. The next band
fourth
on stage is Verlene, Ralph, and the Professionals.
Roy
Band
Ralph
leader
and
is
the
Verlene
Professionals.
Ralph.
Yes,
And the presentation for this year,
Verlene Ralph and the
2025
Professionals.
is
Our
Playlist.
band leader, Miss Verlene Ralph, their presentation playlist. It's an interesting presentation.
I think the girls would be coming on stage first, so they would be Soca Girls. They're in, from what I'm seeing on the ramp, with maybe a little
So
feather
we're
on
gonna
the
start off with the
hat.
individual. The first individual
So we
to fight
have
in that
the
category.
first individual
Jamaria Tash, Portrayal
on stage
Award
in
Soca.
the category 5 to 9. This is Jomari Tash, Masquerader Jomari Tash Portrayal Award Soca. And she is wearing a hot pink swimsuit, a whole piece swimsuit, as you say, very age appropriate, and we give thanks for the masqueraders. She has a backpack in the shape of what I would say 2
And she is
leaves,
followed by Soca
with
Girls.
some feathers, which are purple and yellow feathers on her backpack. She's now joined on stage by the rest of the masqueraders in her section. These masqueraders don't have a back piece, in the same pink bathing suit, with a chest piece, which is layered in a
Why
purple.
with that's
Most
no
of the front
few
girls, most of the front.
feather feathers.
Yes.
The headpiece is the same white. It looks like with a tall feather attached.
A single tall feather attached.
Yes.
In that same pink. As you know, men are colorblind, so you call it pink?
Yes, it's pink.
Right.
It's a very dark but hot pink.
Right.
Yes, and then some big
Thank you
girl
very much. That was the first section.
on the side
So
here.
girls.
Most of the children are also in pink shoes. I show that somebody sprayed those shoes pink.
That looks like paint. Do you realize it's not very prominent? If it was spray painted, you would see the pop of color. But
Stand corrected, people.
Yes.
I stand corrected. The
He's
mask builder, the
Yeah,
professional mask builder.
no, you the painter. Remember, you the painter.
As a spray painter. As a spray painter. We have our next section. Spray painter. Lined up on stage. Those would be the
Soca boys.
yes, the soca boys.
The 10 to 15
Yes.
section, Masquerader, I-Ford Medford with Portrayal
So-
Soca Takeover.
Right. So we have in the category 10 to 15, Mr. I-Ford Mayford, Portrayal Soca Takeover. Remember, this is the Verlin Ralph and the professionals. He is wearing a loose fitting
Orange.
dress as well in blue shoes. He has a back piece, which is an orange back piece, which is split into two, I would say, orange halves.
Wings. Maybe wings.
Yes.
And
With-
he has
Soca
blue
boy.
and red with a splash of yellow. Orange. On the back piece.
And interesting to note that his back piece, from when he turns around, there are some musical notes in gold, which are his back piece, and I'm happy because I realize a lot of the costumes from the front look nice, but from that is something, you know, to look at.
And the rest of the section has joined him on stage. All boys. They're now gallivanting and playing a mask. They are more jumping around
Correct.
than the others, but yeah, they're doing the thing. There's just two little ones that are
A
maybe
little
it's their
shy.
first time. Yeah,
it's a
maybe it's
little
their
shy.
first. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
And we like that the bigger ones have now started to encourage the smaller ones to get in on the action. The difference with these boys, they're in short pants as opposed to the section leader who's wearing a long pants.
Yes.
They also seem to have a chest piece as well with some musical notes as well.
And we now welcome, still with Verlin Ralph and the professionals,
And-
Masqueraders, Chantal Williams portraying Latin
So
vibes,
we have two.
and
We will
Kiara
have
Hunt
in
with
the
Calypso.
5 to 9 section, there are actually two people dancing on each shoulder of the back, which I think is it's an interesting
Thank you, Shanta.
concept.
Thank
It's
you.
a silhouette of two
Let's
people
welcome the
dancing,
next individual,
and that was
Kiara
really
Hunt,
nice.
portraying Calypso.
Kiara Hunt.
She is in the 10 to 15 category, and Kiara is in a red swimsuit. She is dabbing, as the young people like to say. Her backpack is what looks like a whirlwind, and from that whirlwind, it's a very colorful whirlwind.
Yes, there's
What I best describe as Christmas lights looking cutouts. The shape of Christmas light looking
could be,
cutouts.
yeah. There's 5 colors: red, green, yellow, purple, and orange.
Thank you very much.
And she has also a breast piece.
That was the final
simple
individual
headpiece.
for this band.
And I
Verlin
really like
Ralph and the
the
professionals with the
backpacks,
presentation for this
for
year
this band.
playlist.
So far, that for me really stood out, especially for the individuals, the backpacks how they looked, and you know, I give kudos
Don't forget
to
to check
Verlin
out
Ralph
the
and
activities, the
and the
rides,
professionals
the bouncing castle. I see
in
some
doing
children in the back
those,
there.
spending the time to
They
be
back to their
intricate with
shirts
those
and they're
back
sliding.
pieces.
There's
Yes,
a
that's a
trampoline
lot
in
of
the
work
front.
because
I also see some other
cutting.
A lot
activities
of
like
cutting.
dance
Yes.
and the
Correct.
painting
And I
of
think
the
that
candles,
it would
go on
also
the
look
chance
really
to paint
nice
or
on the
draw
road.
on it. There's also little
standing
teddy
out
bears
on
and
the
so
road.
on.
And
that
they're
you
not
could
too
just
big, right?
snow
So the
cone,
children
face
are able
painting,
to
lots of
go
things to
about
do.
with them
The
with
chits
ease.
are
Yes,
available
yes,
under
that's
the
that's
double-decker
very
stand
that's
for
a
some of
really
the
good
rides.
point,
The others you can
because
just
you know,
pay
especially with that wind
before
that
you
blows
jump
in
or
Victoria Park,
slide or bounce.
how
Don't forget
difficult
to stay
it is
hydrated with some
carrying
juice,
those
water,
pieces.
whatever
So
beverage
as you said, it's
suits your
nice that
fancy.
they're small enough that the children could manage relatively comfortably, or very comfortably.
If the wind hook them, it's not going to go
It's
anywhere.
very comfortably.
If the wind hook them, it's not going to go anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, you know. And the children are, you know, they could still dance and do the thing, carry their mask properly as they cross the stage. So we're happy about that. We're standing by for the next band. They are on stage, on the ramp actually. I'm not sure the name of the band as yet, but we're standing by for our next band. I'm just taking a little music, the name of the band as yet, but we're standing by for our next band. Taking a little music until they're
And remember, we're back here in Victoria Park, Carnival City on Tuesday, July 1st. Young voice. Come on, our company.
Live coverage of 2025 Vincy Moss on Kankardi Radio Canada, Success Radio Canada, and Fun City Radio News Network coming to with the kind sponsors.
Welcome, Bilou, bienvenue. Welcome to Island Star Souvenir and Clothing Store. We carry everything you need in souvenirs, t-shirts in all sizes, caps, keyrings and chains, blocks, magnets, banners, ID holders, mugs. Yes, we carry the national flag of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's not all. We have Hawaiian style t-shirts and dresses, handbags with matching scarves, tie-dye dresses, tops and shirts. Everything is made right here in SVG. So come on over, check us out. We are located in the cruise ship berth, Kingstown. We are island style. It's the Vin Abbott Show with news, views, and interviews. The music in the mix on Saturdays, 4 p.m. Kankardi Radio.
Live coverage of 2025 Vincy Moss on Kankardi Radio Canada, Success Radio Canada, and Fun City Radio USA, Bay Hill News Network coming to with the kind sponsors.
Last year, she brought you Growing Up in Vincy and the collection of poems, Vincy Lifestyle. She told you about minivans, Commerceman, Kingstown and Carnival. In Growing Up Vincy, she took you down memory lane to playing games at school, riding in wooden buses, Saturday and Sunday chores, bathing and washing in the river. She even told you about zombie stories. This year, she brings you Uniquely Vincy, which details all our unique features. Tree, Madongo, Wailing in Beckway, Conk Fest, Fest and Dancing the Cake in Union Island.
Meet Dr. Nicolette Springford book signing at Barron Baptist Church, Georgetown, July 3rd, 4 p.m. and at Games Book Center, Pauls Avenue, July 4th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Dr. Spring is pleased to be associated with Vincent Mass 2025 and this broadcast. Have fun, be safe. You can now order your roti skins from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at telephone 1784-528-2979 or pick up Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at Randy's Supermarket. More products are coming soon from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins.
Live coverage of 2025 Vincy Moss on Kankardi Radio Canada, Success Radio Canada, and Fun City Radio USA, Bay Hill News Network coming to with the kind sponsors.
Greetings, fellow Vincentians and friends of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, our wonderful and lovely homeland. This is the voice of the Vincy New Democrats of Toronto, wishing all an enjoyable carnival season. Oh yes, it is carnival time again. So let us join in saluting all of our artisans and artists for the valuable and hard work that they do. Let us join in celebrating all they have to offer and wish them continued success. We of the Vincy New Democrats encourage you to enjoy this time that they do. Let us join in celebrating all they have to offer and wish them continued success. We of the Vincy New Democrats encourage you to enjoy this time in moderation and in love. You must
to the next individual in the age group.
We would hope that, yes, a
5
5 to 9,
category,
that
Kaylee Brown.
the judges were able to judge that
Welcome
costume
Kaylee Brown. The
very
portrayal is
quickly.
cuteness.
So
and she is cute indeed.
yeah,
Do
so
your
we
thing,
have
Kaylee,
our
famous.
section, our next masquerader in the 5 to 9 section, masquerader Kaylee Brown with the portrayal cuteness. And Kaylee is in a pink, a fuchsia pink pants, bodysuit, long sleeves, long pants. She has a really nice backpack. The backpack has a tutu skirt around it. And it's the first that we've seen for this afternoon. To the front of the backpack is silver with
it's a celebration of the extreme. And that's the presentation for Extreme Fanatics for 2025.
And we now have
Let's
coming
welcome
up
the
on
next
stage
individual.
in the, this should be
Romelo
the
Caesar.
10 to 15. No, sorry. Let's say same 5 to 9. Romelo Caesar with pink
Of the
trimming
extreme.
and the
That's the
back.
presentation.
Judges say the first
Yes.
masquerader was actually Romelo Caesar.
Yes,
With playful. Caesar.
Yes,
With playful.
Yes. That was the costume
Alright, so
that
the first
had
masquerader, the little boy with the cards.
with the cards.
Romelo
That was
Caesar
Romelo
with
Caesar.
playful.
Because I said he looked very smart.
The person we just
More
saw
5 to 9.
on stage, the individual
Yes.
on stage, that was Kaylee Brown.
Right. So just to give our listeners the proper information, the first person was
With
Romelo,
cuteness.
and second was Kaylee Brown.
So we've had our two individuals from 5 to 9, which are Romelo Caesar
Kaylee Brown.
Romello played Playful, and Kaylee played Cuteness. So now we wait on the 10 to
15 individual.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the Extreme Fanatics mass band with their presentation. It's a celebration of the extreme.
The rain is falling, starting to fall again, so everybody is scattering.
But good thing is that
So let's welcome on stage another individual, 10 to 15.
Masqueraders.
Her name is Leanne Billinghurst with 2 sweets.
So this is the first the first competitor in the 10 to 15, Leanne Billinghurst, with her portrayal Too Sweet. So Leanne is in I think I would call that a blue suit, a blue-green bodysuit, and she is in a pink, and purple flared skirt.
Sharika, you know, we men, like, well, Andrew in particular, colorblind. Help him out.
Nola had to look.
Next
she
on
was
stage
spinning.
is
It was
Naira
a
Jack.
turquoise top.
Portraying stylish.
And her skirt was a
pink. I know for sure.
with blue
And purple. Yes, that I got for sure. Flared skirt. Flared skirt.
Now we have Narayan Jack, stylish, wearing orange short uniform and orange
And some purple, some hints of purple.
very bright neon shoes.
Yes.
And his headwear is also green with
Orange. With some
as
orange.
well.
Yes. He seems to be shirtless, but he is wearing a shape of a sash. One of those front sashes that go across around the neck and not across the body in orange. So that was Narayan Jack. Stylish. He was in the 10 to 15 category. And we now have our sections with the Extreme Fanatics with their presentation. It's a celebration of the extreme. We having an all-girls section now coming onto stage. The name of their section is Cuteness. And I think Kaylee Brown, one of the individual girls section now coming onto stage. The name of their section is Cuteness. And I think Kaylee Brown, one of the individuals that came on stage, might be the section leader for this section. So it's an all-girls section in
To be a baby pink.
a baby pink. But there is a design on the bodysuit,
Yes.
which looks like a...
You sure you could see that?
Yes.
See what it is?
It is. It's a butterfly.
Oh.
It's a butterfly. No, it's a butterfly. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
And
a butterfly.
the design that was on Kaylee's backpack
Yes.
is also on the individual's backpack, but their skirt more looks like a saucer, like they're sitting in a saucer, than Kaylee's skirt.
Yes, and that was an all-girls section. And now we welcome the all-boys section.
Playful.
So the boys are in a loose-fitting red pants with a white vest, and then they have an apron, a silver apron that has different types of playing cards on it.
Don't they look like those characters from Alice in Wonderland?
They do. Yeah, so it's a silver apron, and each of the boys have different types of playing cards at the back of their apron. They have a standard in their hand The standard is in a circle, a circular shape, a red standard, and then they have hats. What I would call a circular shape, a red standard, and then they have hats, what I would call top hats, with feathers, with some white and red feathers coming out in red. And I like the incorporation and some of the boys, as they are leaving the stage,
to cross the stage from Extreme Fanatics
and
was Ronello Caesar, portraying Playful. He was followed by Kayla Brown, portraying Cuteness.
And I think
she was followed by Liana Billenhurst in the 10 to 15 age category, portraying Too Sweet. And she was followed by Nira Jack, portraying Stylish. And the sections were Cuteness, and you just saw Playful.
Live coverage of 2025 Vincy Moss on Kankardi Radio Canada, Success Radio Canada, and Fun City Radio USA, Bay Hill News Network coming to with the kind sponsors.
Donnie's Delights and Sundry Uptown Market Q25 opposite CK Greaves by the Port Authority Shed. We have local tropical fruit wines, assorted flavors, seasonings, assorted